Welcome to another section of your Revit Structure Advanced course. In this section, we are going to be looking at structural analysis. You'll see that I've prepared a Revit structure project. As you can see, Structural Analysis 1 RVT at the top of the screen there. Now, first thing you need to do before you start looking at this section is you need to check that your analytical software accepts loads from Autodesk Revit. Whilst Autodesk Revit Structure does not perform the actual calculations, what it can do is provide all of the information required for the structural analysis. So within the program, you can set up and create structural settings such as load cases, load combinations. You can set up the analytical views, adjust analytical elements. You can also add point loads, line loads, and area loads using the analytical views within Revit Structure. Once those loads are in place, the model can then be exported out to your analysis software. And the good thing is, after those calculations have been performed, the model can then be imported back into Revit Structure, and the system will resize the elements according to that incoming data. Now be aware that this course does not teach you how to do that. This course will show you how to set everything up to export out for analysis. That's as far as it goes. Now, be aware that during this process, this export process, the model doesn't physically move. It's a flow of data from one piece of software to another. So you don't have to worry about finding an insertion point, a 0, point, or ensuring that the model is lined up correctly. All you're doing is you're setting up all of the data on your model ready so that it can go out and be exported for analysis. Now, the actual steps of exporting and importing from analysis depend on the program you've selected for that analysis. So as I said, this course doesn't cover that. You might install an add-on to the Autodesk Revit Structure software. You might also have a proprietary piece of software that you use for other types of analysis as well. So what you need to check is the type of software, the file format, and whether the import and export functionality will accept loads from Autodesk Revit. So let's start looking now at what we mean by preparing projects for structural analysis. You'll notice I'm in a first floor plan at the moment, and you can see that all of our beams and columns are laid out in a way that it looks like an analysis drawing. You can see there that there are beams and columns and the slab edge, and it tells you exactly what's going on without all of the other data getting in the way, like the concrete slabs. All you can see at the moment are the actual beams themselves. If I come down here in the project browser and have a look at our View 1 Analytical, you can see all these different color codings applied to the beams and the columns. Those are all of your import, export, load analysis, load combination settings. The whole idea of these colors is it's setting it up for the analysis. That's why you have in your 3D views there a starting view and also an analytical view. You don't just need to do that with your 3D views, you can also set that up with your plans as well. You can have structural plans that are purely structural, like our first floor there, but you can also set up an analytical view in plan that will purely show the loaded beams and columns. So as we move through this section, we'll start looking at all the settings that you need to set up to get ready to prepare your project for structural analysis.